Okay, so Tottenham Hotspur looking for a new manager. There's also plenty of movement activity in the transfer market with that first bonus transfer window closing on Tuesday. Mark McAdam is back and we've got some new news.
Alex Jiménez's move to Bournemouth has quickly become one of the more intriguing transfer stories of the summer, not only because of the player's profile but also because of the direction it represents for a club eager to cement its place in the Premier League. For Bournemouth, who continue to operate in a competitive league where every detail can make the difference between mid-table security and a relegation struggle, the signing of a highly rated young talent like Jiménez reflects a strategic approach designed to blend potential with immediate utility. And for the player himself, it is a chapter that carries enormous weight, offering the chance to step onto one of football's grandest stages and prove himself in a demanding environment that both tests and shapes careers. Jiménez, born in Spain, was raised in an environment where football isn't just a pastime but a way of life. His earliest development saw him take strides that quickly caught the attention of some of the most established academies in Europe. His technical foundations are unmistakable sharp ball control, a natural comfort in possession, and a maturity in reading the game that always seemed a few years ahead of his age. By the time he was emerging from the youth setups, scouts had already earmarked him as a talent worth keeping tabs on. His versatility in defense, particularly his ability to operate at right back while also adapting to other roles across the back line, made him an asset any side with long-term planning in mind would covet. Bournemouth, meanwhile, were not operating in isolation when they moved for Jiménez. The club has been carefully constructing a squad capable of not only surviving in the Premier League but also competing on its own terms. Under Andoni Iraola, the Cherries have shown a growing tactical boldness. Iraola, steeped in the philosophy of high pressing, positional play, and quick transitions from defense to attack, requires fullbacks who can do far more than simply defend their flank. They must offer energy, technical quality, and intelligence both with and without the ball. Jiménez, with his attributes, seemed to tick those boxes perfectly. This was not a signing born from chance, but from deliberate scouting and a clear footballing vision. For Bournemouth, the right-back position had long been an area requiring reinforcement. While the club had competent players capable of covering the role, what was missing was the balance between long-term potential and immediate readiness to adapt to the Premier League's intensity. Jiménez arrives as a player who can grow into the role while already providing valuable depth. His arrival also creates healthy competition within the squad, something Iraola has often emphasized as a cornerstone of progress. In the Premier League, where fine margins dictate results, the ability to rely on a squad with multiple options in every position is crucial, and Jiménez enhances that depth. From Jiménez's perspective, the move to Bournemouth is nothing short of a career-defining opportunity. At a young age, many Spanish prospects often face the dilemma of either staying within the comforts of La Liga's developmental culture or testing themselves abroad. Jiménez has chosen the latter path, opting for the Premier League, a league renowned for its physical demands and relentless pace. This decision speaks volumes about his ambition and mindset. Rather than taking the safer route, he is willing to expose himself to challenges that will inevitably accelerate his development. In Bournemouth, he finds a club where the pressure to perform is real but where the expectations are also realistic. He is not walking into a side where he is expected to be the finished article from day one. Instead, he has been afforded the chance to adapt, learn, and evolve. His playing style will no doubt become a fascinating element of Bournemouth's campaign. Known for his composure on the ball and his tactical awareness, Jiménez brings qualities that align seamlessly with Iraola's emphasis on building from the back. His ability to push forward and support attacking phases adds another layer to Bournemouth's width, allowing the team to stretch opponents and create overloads in wide areas. Yet he also retains the defensive discipline to track back and handle one-on-one situations, an area that is particularly tested in the Premier League, where some of the world's most explosive wingers ply their trade. There will be moments of difficulty. Of course, the pace of English football can be a rude awakening even for seasoned professionals, but Jimenez's adaptability suggests he will find ways to adjust. Another layer to this transfer lies in the symbolism it carries for Bournemouth's recruitment strategy. This is not the signing of an established star, nor is it a gamble on an unknown player. Instead, it is an investment in a profile that balances youth and promise with the ability to contribute immediately. For a club like Bournemouth, competing with giants who have the financial clout to secure world-class talent at will, such moves are essential. They represent the clever middle ground where a club can acquire a player who might, in time, become a standout asset both on the pitch and in terms of market value. Should Jimenez flourish in the Premier League, Bournemouth could eventually command a significant fee for him, reflecting both their eye for talent and their ability to provide a platform for growth. Supporters, too, will be eager to see how Jimenez integrates. Bournemouth fans, who have lived through the highs of reaching the Premier League and the lows of battling to stay in it, understand the importance of every signing. In Jimenez, they see not just a player, but a statement. He represents the future, a young footballer with the hunger to succeed and the technical base to thrive under the right guidance. For fans who value progress and the sense that their club is not standing still, this kind of acquisition is a source of excitement. Every debut touch, every overlapping run, and every defensive intervention will be watched closely as supporters look for signs of what could become a long and fruitful chapter. Of course, the move is not without its risks. The Premier League is notoriously unforgiving, and adaptation periods can vary greatly from player to player. There will be games where Jimenez is tested physically, games where the tactical nuances of English football expose gaps he has yet to close. But these are the experiences that shape careers. For every difficult outing, there is the potential for growth, and in the long run, Bournemouth will judge this move not on immediate perfection but on steady progress. What works in Jimenez's favor is the environment he is stepping into, a manager in Iraola who knows how to nurture young talent, a squad that blends experience with energy, and a fan base that understands the journey of development. Looking further ahead, Jimenez's time at Bournemouth could serve as a springboard. If he establishes himself, his trajectory could mirror that of other young imports who used mid-table Premier League sides as launching pads to even greater heights. Equally, he could become a cornerstone for Bournemouth itself, a player around whom future squads are built. His ceiling is still unknown, and that, in many ways, is the most exciting part of this signing. For Bournemouth, they have secured a player with the potential to exceed expectations. For Jimenez, he has stepped onto a stage that will test, refine, and possibly elevate him into a household name. As the season progresses, every minute he spends on the pitch will be part of a larger narrative. The Premier League has a way of telling stories through players' tales of redemption, struggle, triumph, and growth. Jimenez now has the pen in his hand, ready to write his own. Bournemouth has provided him with the stage, the supporters are waiting with anticipation, and his manager has a clear vision of where he fits. The rest will be determined by his ability to adapt, to learn, and to embrace the challenges of English football. In the end, Alex Jimenez's move to Bournemouth is not just about one club signing one player. It is about the intersection of ambition, opportunity, and timing. For Bournemouth, it is about showing they are not content to merely survive, but are building towards something sustainable and forward-looking. For Jimenez, it is about stepping into the unknown with confidence, embracing the chance to grow under pressure, and proving that his talent belongs on the biggest stages. Transfers like this, though they may fly under the radar compared to blockbuster moves elsewhere, often become the most compelling. They carry the weight of possibility, the thrill of discovery, and the promise of what might be. And as both player and club embark on this journey together, the footballing world will watch with curiosity, knowing that in the unpredictable theatre of the Premier League, anything can happen.